Okay, well, I'm here with Serena today, and I am so excited to learn more about you and your story. And I know everyone, especially those who are interested in working with investors, is
Yes.
excited that you're here and to share your story. How did you get your start?
Mainly working with investors. And in the beginning, we took Dave Ramsey, we learned financial peace, we started with cash, and we house hacked our first house.
Okay.
So
tell me more about that.
At the time, we were saving up money. We knew we wanted to buy a house, and I was trying to find something really creative. We weren't able to do that before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and your first house is the hardest. And with that one, it was like $38,000, and we talked him down to $23,500.
Okay.
And closed 2 days before Christmas.
Wow. So not the Christmas you thought you were going to have.
No.
But okay.
And I always share that.
Even better.
I always share that picture because it's all of us in a room around a kerosene heater eating bologna sandwiches on Christmas Day. So it was wonderful in the experience with the family. And we always incorporate our family and all of our kids. So at that time, we built a trucking company.
Okay.
And we also built a portfolio, which was single family, multifamily. Well, we wanted to graduate to something more. And at that time, I was like, I'm running a trucking company. I have 4 kids. They're all in sports. And I needed to leverage my time. So that was my first experience trying to find an agent that could help.
Okay.
And it was not working. Nobody understood the numbers, the performance. And I couldn't understand what I was saying wrong. And I wasn't. It was just a different language.
Sure.
So
it's totally different from helping somebody purchase a home that they're going to live in.
Yeah. My husband, he said, why don't you just be the real estate agent?
Add that to your plate.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
So I was like, okay, yes, I'm going to get out of the truck. I'm going to put the trucking company aside, and I'm going to, just get my license and be an agent. So for 6 months, I was dual career.
Okay.
And, hired somebody that was out of state to be my coach, $5,000 for 1 year.
Okay.
And after 6 months, I fired him.
Okay. Why is that?
Because I was a checklist.
Ah.
That's what I was. I was just meeting with him. It was an accountability checklist.
Okay. So coaching's great.
Yes.
But the value is in the right coach.
Right. Absolutely. Because when I was talking about my successes and things that I thought were succeeding for me, he was like, no, that's not what this is about. You're supposed to be doing it this way. And I'm like, no, but that's not what I want my business to be. I was like, I really want to work with investors. And he was always trying to push me away from that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he wanted you to do the typical residential real estate, helping people buy and sell homes for themselves.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
He was putting this round peg in a square hole, and that was not fitting.
That's not you.
That was not working at all. So once I got the basics, which I absolutely encourage everyone to get. Once you get that foundation, it's then, okay, what do I want to create for this business? What is the messaging I want to put out? How do I want to serve people, and who do I want to serve?
Absolutely. You can't serve everyone. So finding your ideal clientele is so important. And I think it's so easy in our industry to just take anything and everything that comes. I remember taking clients who I had no business helping because I didn't understand what they were looking for.
Yeah.
So as someone who is an investor herself and now has investor clients, what is the biggest difference between working with an investor and, traditional real estate?
Well, in all of that, we actually flipped our first house.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Yeah. So that was in itself its own experience. We made $2,000.
Okay.
We thought it was a huge success.
Yeah. Well, it was something. You were in the red.
Yes. So having a little bit of that experience, I understood so many of the struggles that most people had and how much money they were putting into many of the courses in education they're getting themselves into and not being able to apply it. It's like we have Google, but how do you apply Google or what you're finding on there? So I found my niche to be, I am that specialist in this market. So you're getting this information on how to invest, but only I can help you to invest in this market.
Okay.
So that was a unique niche that I found.
Sure. So talk to me more about that, helping investors in this current market, in the Kansas City market.
Yes. Something I find that is really inspirational is, Albert Einstein was always using the exact same exam every single year as he was teaching.
Okay.
And they found that to be interesting. They're like, why are you going to use the exact same exam? And he was like, because the question or the answers are always changing. The questions are always the same. Same with real estate.
Yeah, totally.
We are in an ever, evolutional market that's constantly moving. I always take the stress off comps because, listen, that's only the value right now. Next quarter, it could be very different.
Totally.
It could be slightly different. When I'm working with investors that flip houses, I do comps in the beginning, middle, and end. Why? Because one of the things that are very soft is your market numbers.
Especially in this most recent market.
Yes.
Where for years it had been trending up and now it's not.
Yeah.
So that has to be a challenge.
Exactly.
And having someone knowledgeable like yourself is so important.
And how do you prepare for that?
Right.
You build in more carrying cost. Like, how much is it per month that we're carrying?
Sure.
Because eventually it's going to break, but when is it going to break? Who knows?
Right. Which is a lesson that
experience.
Did you learn that lesson yourself the hard way?
I absolutely did. I learned a lot of them the hard way.
Sure. So what was the biggest lesson you learned early on?
To find people that are so much smarter than me and listen. And don't just listen like, okay, maybe I'm going to use one or two things. No. Listen, like, how can I help them? How can I support them so then they're invest in what I'm doing as well? So it's really diving into other people and their businesses.
I love that. It's so easy when you're getting started to want to fake it till you make it.
Yes.
And
just be authentic.
And
that's how you make it.
And humble.
Yes.
Learn from those.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes.
Yes.
We all make mistakes and it's okay. Learn from others' mistakes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Such great advice.
Yeah. Real estate is like Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
When my people get really nervous, I'm like, oh, here's Vegas.
Yeah, it absolutely
this is a gamble.
Yeah. So speaking of gamble, what has been one of your biggest wins or your proudest moments?
When you can value something and you get affirmed on the value, for me.
Okay.
Because it's so difficult. Like, we are basically, especially with flips, looking into the future, into this magic ball and trying to make a prediction.
Yeah.
So when it all comes to fruition and it's validated, it's just such a great feeling. And it makes me feel like I'm doing it right, because there is actually an art to all of it. Even comparing houses, like we know, like, appraisals and just how we are looking at even after repair values, it can very much be subjective. So to try to put an expert eye on that and to be able to explain it, having that skill set. And that's a lot of the reason why I still do coaching, because as you get to a certain level of expert, a lot of people lose that ability to just explain it on a very micro level.
Sure.
And I never, ever want to lose that.
Well, you are one of our coaches.
Yes.
For new agents, which is so wonderful that new agents have the opportunity to, have the foundations, as you said, but then also if they want to work with investors, you're there to help. So I'm really curious, when we have a new agent join us, or if there's someone out there who is interested in working with investors, what advice would you give to them that maybe you wish you knew when you got started?
The biggest advice that I usually give people is making sure you know your value.
Okay.
Because investors very much love to push your boundaries. Like, they want to play in the gray. So we have to know where those defining lines are, and know how you're going to serve them before they know what they need, basically.
Okay.
A lot of investors, there's different philosophies. A lot of them like to put a lot of lowball offers and see what sticks. and that's great, but that's like hunting with a buckshot. You're just throwing things out and seeing what sticks. And that's great, but you don't get any skill sets with that. You don't get accuracy. You don't get negotiation. You don't get strategy.
And I'm sure it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. And you can find anybody to do that. So when I'm working with investors, I'm making it very clear and setting expectations and saying, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is how I can serve you. This is what my value is. This is what I come with. This is how I'm going to support you through the entire transaction.
And that's really no different than if you're helping someone, buy or sell a home.
First-time home buyers.
Personal.
Moving in from out of state. Exact same process. It's just a little bit different with investors because, again, along the way, they're going to try to push your boundaries.
Okay.
So it's always resetting them, which seems exhausting to a lot of people. But you also have a lot of repeat business. So once you set that expectation, there is no limit. I have one of my investors that bought 12 houses with me in 3 months.
That's
never bought a house before.
Yeah.
Never bought a house before.
Sure.
But because we had clear communication, we talked every single day. So
great.
It can be exhausting, but at the same time, it can be very fulfilling.
Yeah. So how are you going about building your network?
I do collaborate with a lot of professionals, inspectors, appraisers, mentorship programs. In the very beginning, I very much piggybacked on Bigger Pockets, which is a podcast that turned into a platform. But it's finding where your ideal audience is, finding their information and resources, and then being an additional resource to them at the location. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It sounds like coming from contribution.
100%. Yes. Anytime that I can and somebody says, hey, can I pick your brain? I'm like, yes, you can.
Yeah. You are great at that.
That is the opening of an amazing conversation in my mind.
Yeah. I love that. Because so many, I think people in your position could keep that to themselves. But I love that you totally understand there's enough business to go around and to help people.
It's of abundance.
Yep, absolutely.
So if somebody leans in and they're like, hey, Serena, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell anyone else. I'm like, nope, don't tell me.
I am not your person for that.
I am not because if it helps me, it's going to help everybody.
Sure. Well, speaking of help, I would love to know how joining the office has helped you in your business.
Oh, yes. It has been night and day.
Okay.
I was at 3 other locations in different brokerages, different sizes. And the moment I found my home at this office, it changed how I looked at brokerages. It changed how my business served others. I really loved events and I wanted to do more events and I wanted to build communities and having not only the space but the staff to support me in doing that. It made it where I couldn't go anywhere else because I have looked at other locations and I've looked at other places and I'm like, it does not compare.
No, we have a really unique culture and community.
It's innovative, it's supportive, and it also teaches you how to be a business owner, which in itself is incredible. It doesn't happen anywhere else. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yes.
That. And I agree with your sentiments.
Yeah. Oh no. I preach it.
Yeah. It's great. Well, let's get to some fun stuff.
Yeah.
So when you have those days full of appointments, is there a specific coffee shop or coffee order that you have to pick up from somewhere? If so, where? What is it?
Right across the street, Hattie's.
Okay.
I love Hattie's. The people there are so much fun. The people that come in are engaging. Like everybody in line talks to each other. I just love it. It's just such a great vibration. You have the outside space when it's beautiful outside and you can just talk. So I have a lot of meetings over there, and everybody loves the coffee too.
Yeah.
It keeps you going for at least another 4 or 5 hours.
At least. And they have the best treats too.
Yes.
Yeah, totally agree. So when you have those crazy days where lots of appointments, you've got your coffee to hype you up for like that big appointment.
Yes.
What's the song blasting on the radio?
Imagine Dragons, Whatever It Takes.
I love that song.
Yes.
That is the perfect hype song. Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. I am karaokeing in my car.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Windows down, sunny day.
Yes.
I'm feeling good.
Yes. It's amazing.
Perfect. Well, Serena, thank you so much for spending time with me today. I appreciate it. You are a wealth of information and always come from a place of contribution, and we just love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.